and you'll ever really need is a little vitamin me. It's Jessica, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon Rumpel's Root. So in the last episode, we uncovered that Rumpel was actually engaged before he got cursed, and it seemed like his fiancée was cheating on him. That's the reason why they weren't together anymore, and she was trying to manipulate Rumpel into being in a relationship with her again. But we did get another journal entry for Rumpel, but unfortunately the ex-fiance has all the old journals, so Rumpel can't actually get them from her because we called her out. But hopefully we can help Rumpel out this time because we're near the end now. Anyway, let's continue. And you, my little sunflower, are just as radiant as always. Oh my, Rumpel! It's like the whole thing with Bria never happened. He's back to flattering every woman he meets. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about this the last time. I think the reason why he flirts with a lot of women is because he didn't treat his fiancée like that. He didn't, like, I'm not saying like you have to like compliment your partner all the time, but I don't think he paid attention to his partner. That's the reason why he's paying attention to a lot of women now. I think that makes sense. Overthinking again, princess? I turn to see Karma grinning at me from where he sits at the table. Surprisingly, he is sitting with Jern and Garland today, who are arguing about some kind of night dance. It's none of your business. No, it's not, but you have such a sad look on your face, I had to ask. I appreciate you not staring at my face. I don't need to stare at you to see you're in distress. I turn on my heels and begin to walk away irritated. Even when I'm among other people, it is impossible to forget the conversation I had with our friend Delora. It hovers in the back of my mind constantly. We have not spoken again since then, yet even now, I'm still taking in what they told me before. My mother, the Tenebrine bearer, and me, a witch? The reason others have feared me is because of my blood. I suppress a sigh as I attempt to return to my work. As the days go by, I notice myself becoming more and more agitated. Half of it is the recent history lesson, and the other half is Rumpel's flirting with other women. How can he just snap his fingers and get over Bria so quickly? If he flatters every woman, does that mean he does not really mean the things he says to me? I gather the plates off the counter, put them on the tray, and take them to the customers. Today, everything feels mechanical. For the last few days, I've been walking more stiffly, and that I walk too quickly, my vision blurs. Probably because I'm overthinking. I stumble as I bring the tray to the familiar customer. The man looks up at me and asks if I'm okay, and I murmur that I am before walking off. The blurriness comes back. Uh-oh. What's wrong with me? I look over at Rumpel, who is at the table with two girls because his shift is over. Rather than boil over on the inside, I feel myself getting warmer on the outside. My skin feels clammy. I have to force myself to take a breath as I get to the next round of orders. My last order for the day is one for the girls at Rumpel's table. I don't want to go over there. I start carrying the tray over to the table, biting down my lip as the sway comes back into my step. As I draw closer, I notice Rumpel and the girls laughing about something. I grit my teeth and pause in front of them and lay the tray down. This isn't mine, it's my friend's. Yeah, I was the one who ordered the soup. Okay, like, I hate it when people are such bitches to, like, I know this is not, like, a restaurant or whatever, not considered a restaurant, but, like, I mean, like, in real life, when people are so mean to the waiters and waitresses, like, it's not their fault, okay? You know how much shit they have to deal with? I worked in food services, so I know how terrible it is. Don't be mean to the waiters and waitresses, okay? Because, like, they already have enough trouble with their job as it is. The two of them stare. Instead of handing us the soup, they wait for me to move the bowl. Wow! Before I can reach over and move it, Rumpel slides it over to the other girl himself. For a few moments, there's a fragment of scowl on his face. How are you doing today, my sweet princess? When I think about speaking, the words catch feebly in my throat. I turn and walk off. Princess? Still as cold as ice. The title Ice Princess definitely suits her. How can you dot on her, Rumpel? Despite the numbness in my mind, I still feel angry. I turn around so quickly that I manage to make myself stumble. I feel myself teetering on the edge of falling, but something stops me. Warm hands reach out and grab mine before I can fall. Through my dizziness, I can see Rumpel standing in front of me. Princess, look at me. He puts a hand under my chin and angles my head, so I can see him better, but the expression on his face is suddenly serious. He looks at me for a few moments before he places his hand on my forehead. Princess, you have a fever. A really high fever, actually. You should go back to your room and rest. I'll drop by with some medication in a few minutes after I say goodbye to these ladies. I'm fine. My voice comes out hoarse. Trying to clear my throat only makes me feel miserable. Princess, you're not fine. You look like you're about to collapse. I will not collapse. I am stronger than that. Mother told me how to be strong. Mother. My thoughts become scrambled. Once again my mind wanders, but this time I cannot keep myself steady as I try to walk away. Putting one foot in the other proves to be too difficult, and I once again feel myself start to stumble. Then I feel warmth, this time arms instead of hands. Sweet little princess, what am I gonna do with you? Whoa, dude, whoa, he's just straight up carrying her. Excuse me, Rumpel. You could have asked her first. Like, don't fucking just lift up people out of nowhere. You have to ask for their consent, Jesus. Before I can understand what is happening, I am lifted off my feet. I feel an arm support my back and another supporting beneath the crook of my knees. Warmth, such nice warmth. You really are stubborn, aren't you, Princess Lucette? I guess I'll just have to carry you myself. Damn it! Oh god, hang on. Do I struggle? This is the problem with Rumpel. Like, he likes it when she's mean, but like, alright, struggle. Can I just let him carry me up like this? I attempt to move away from him, but my whole body is weak. It is all I can do to try to roll out of his arms, but even that does not work. If you fall, you'll get a bump on your head, you know. I am not weak. I do not need anyone caring for me. There are voices and an indistinct chatter behind him that belong to the girls. Rumpel speaks in a low voice. Stubborn as she may be, but my sweet princess is stronger than any woman I have ever known. Ooh, get wrecked! He pulls me closer to him, and I feel his chest on my head, then his heartbeat. I know you're strong, princess. Stronger than anyone else even, but because you're so strong, I know you'll never admit to needing help. That is why I'm going to help you without your permission. I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, like, I know he's trying to help. That's fine. But you gotta acknowledge the fact that you're just fucking, like, lifting her up like that, you know what I mean? Slowly, I let myself settle in his arms. I lean my head into his chest and listen to his heartbeat. It is gentle, a sweet sound that makes me feel like drifting into slumber. So warm. But not as warm as you are right now, princess. That's a little bit awkward, but alright. His voice slowly begins to fade out as I close my eyes. For the time being, I stop caring about anything else around me. I forget about Mother, about my talk with Delore and Parfait, about the crystal, the Martian, and I focus on Rumpel. It is so selfish to want to be the only person held like this by him, even when he's engaged to someone before. Slumber slowly reaches up to claim me, darkness intermingling with warmth. In the last moment, I think I see Rumpel smile at me. Uh-oh. Mother, I have to tell you about the fairy tale that the children read to me today. Lucette, what did I tell you about fairy tales? But there was a princess, just like me. She found her Prince Charming and... Fairy tales are not real. But they make really good stories, Mother. They are false stories. Do you really think it would be so easy to live happily ever after? No, but... Fairy tales make things black and white. Real life is full of grays. Black and white? Good and evil. No one is totally evil and no one is totally good. Even princes are not completely just. So prince and princesses can be bad? Lucette, everyone has darkness in them. The prince that throws himself into danger are not selfless. They seek wealth, fame, or power. You see, fairy tales are lies because no one is so selfless and so full of love. People are two-faced. Trust no one. Yes, Mother. No one will love you like I do. To find pure love like that is impossible. Jesus Christ. I slowly blink my eyes open. For a few moments the room is blurry and there is nothing but vivid colors before my eyes. My eyes feel heavy, my throat scratchy. I stifle a cough as I blink back the tears, and then through my tears I notice a slight motion. Rumpel? Rumpel is slouched in the chair in front of my bed, his head lolled to the side, his eyes closed. He murmurs something in his sleep and then shifts. What is he doing here? I notice a notepad on his lap. And what is that journal? I slowly slide my hand in front beneath the covers and reach across the bed. Right as my fingers are about to brush over the cover, Rumpel's hand suddenly falls on mine. Looks like you're feeling better. He pulls his hand away, along with the book, before carefully setting my hand back down on the covers. At least you look better. How do you feel? Better. Rumpel looks tired, but his smile is still there. Oh, I won't believe until I see it. You just said I looked better. That's my own analysis, but you, my sweet princess, don't sound very convinced. My throat is a little sore, and I think if I stood up I would fall over. Why do you look so surprised? You would usually never admit to such a thing, would you? You're still most definitely sick. Rumpel leans forward and puts a hand on my forehead. His hand is cool on my hot skin. My eyes lock as he tests my temperature. After a few moments, he finally peels his eyes away from me and sits back in his chair. Your temperature is down, but you definitely need to rest, princess. You should go back to sleep. And what? Will you just sit there and watch me? The words come out curter than I meant to, and for a few moments Rumpel looks surprised. Then he laughs. Princess, I haven't just been staring at you. I've been writing in my journal too. You have such a scary look on your face. Not that it isn't enticing, but I think your smiles are much better. I sigh as I close my eyes for a few moments. I fight to put my scrambled thoughts together, but one thought in particular keeps resurfacing. For some reason, I cannot help but remember the snide woman standing beside Rumpel's side, jeering at me earlier. I open my eyes and look at Rumpel. Those women from earlier. Oh right, I apologize for the impoliteness. The things they said to you were uncalled for, and I told them that. You flirt with women like that all the time, but why? They're not even good people. Not good people, but, well, I suppose they act differently when you're there. Princess Lucette, you're blind to their jealousy, aren't you? They're jealous of me? Why? My mind turns over what they could possibly be jealous about as my eyes fall on Rumpel. I remember the way he defended me to the woman. Is it because you're my partner? It's a lot more than that. It's your grace, the noble way you carry yourself, and the fact that Rumpel has a crush on you. Let's just go with that. They would never think that I have those qualities, but where else would their jealousy stem from? They're just jealous that I take your attention away from them. Princess, I think even if they were nice people, I do not see how you can flirt with them when you were just recently in love with someone else. Ooh, call out again. Normally I would stop talking, but the words continue tumbling out of me. I do not understand how someone like you had a fiancé could be still flirting with girls. How could you love someone if all you do is flirt with other girls? Flattery is one thing, but you cannot just flatter every girl. Why are you still smiling at me? I may not remember a lot of things, Princess, but I know for certain that whatever feelings I had for Bria vanished a long time ago. The good ones, at least. Rumpel. The words break apart as I start coughing. Don't rile yourself up over this. Please rest. I lean slowly back into the pillows with my eyes half closed. Why do I even care about what Rumpel does? Why does it bother me when he flirts with other girls? Because you like him. You like him. That's his business. Rumpel pulls the covers closer to my chin and smiles. Just because I flatter other women, that doesn't mean I can't love someone. You always say some woman has stolen your heart, but your heart cannot belong to everyone. Yet you told me you always speak the truth. Ooh, maybe it's in itself a little white lie, just some harmless dramatics? But most girls know that I'm being dramatic, Princess. They don't take my words so seriously, even if I do mean my compliments. He stares at me for a few moments, thoughtful. Does it bother you so much that I compliment other girls? Of course not. Though it will be difficult to hold my tongue, I will do it for you, Princess, so don't worry. Why would he do something like that for me? My eyes are suddenly so heavy, and I have no choice but to close them as I let out a deep sigh. Rumpel contradicts himself a lot, doesn't he? My head is beginning to hurt again. Behind my closed eyelids, I can hear a soft shuffle as Rumpel moves his chair. Right before I fall back into the darkness of sleep, I feel something warm and soft on my forehead. Rumpel? A goodnight kiss. His words are quiet, and I can only barely just make out them, cannot think on them, because the pull of sleep is much too tempting. It takes a while, but after several days, Rumpel finally allows me to go back to work. I cannot remember much of what happened when he was watching over me, especially that first day. It's all a little bit of blur now, like it was a dream. Ah, Princess, you're back on your feet? Yes, I am now. Oh, what a relief. Last I saw you, you looked quite pale. When? I dropped in to check in your room, but Rumpel was there. He told me that he had everything under control. Why did you need to check on me? Because I was worried, of course. Maybe you've been working too hard. No, I'm just fine. Just tell me what needs to be done. Are you sure you're okay? She's fine, Anise. Dolores suddenly appears before me, smirking. The princess is sturdy and a little too stubborn to let a little sickness get her down. I have not spoken with Dolores or Parfait since the night they decided to tell me about my mother. Just thinking about what they told me puts me on edge. Oh, princess, why the sour expression? Allow me to calm you down with a little lullaby. Excuse me? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. She's singing them from the beginning. How I wonder what you are. Anise, give me those work orders now. Up above the world so high. Anise. Oh, the tables on the west are yours, princess. I quickly walk away from the bar and catch only the last bit of Dolores singing. Like a diamond in the sky. She sang the night I was cursed. Hearing her sing it again is infuriating. The song slowly fades from my mind and as I go about my work for the day. I am a little shaky on my feet, but not so much that I need to go back to bed. As I am walking around the bar, I catch a snatch of conversation as I serve food. I hear the king was mediating arguments between his two advisors. The Mythos man, he reminds me of a snake. Always smiling that slithering smile of his. I'm glad everyone thinks that about Mythos, because he is. That one an Islecaster. Apparently there have been no end to their squabbles. The king missed his monthly visit to town yesterday, didn't he? I wonder if he's sick. There's been no word from the palace, but I suppose he must have been come down with something. Nothing would keep the king from visiting otherwise. What's going on at the palace? You've heard about the incident of the royal guards? Apparently a lot of them have been getting dishonorably discharged. Found doing something to dishonor the king's name. Like what exactly? Not sure. That information is still under wraps. I am walking forward, not watching where I'm going, when I collide with someone in my path. I feel a hand on my shoulder, then another lifts my chin. If it isn't the lovely princess, you're looking a lot peachier today. Because you're not as pale? Because the color is coming back into your skin? I think I'm still thinking of the king and the situations in the palace, and barely hear Rumpel's words. It isn't until he leans closer to me and narrows his eyes that I realize that he is so close. Whoa. Now Sleeping Beauty is truly awake, and here I was hoping that I would have an excuse to plant a kiss on your lips, my sweet princess. Oh my god. Not a single reaction today, not a slight blush, not a slap, not... Are you still sick? Must I perform another examination? Examination? Yes, by looking closely at your face and to your eyes. How are you a doctor, Rumpel? Rumpel stares at me with surprise. I'm not sure where the question came from, just that it was hovering in my mind. What? Princess, you wound me! I have not seen you do anything different from a niece. But my prescriptions, even the people at the shop could tell us what medicines to buy. Fine, I'll show you. Rumpel's expression slips into something more shockingly solemn. He looks at me gravely and extends a hand. If you would be so kind as to come to my room. Does going to your room have anything to do with your work? This is so awkward. Delora appears before me again. This time, without a side smile, she raises an eyebrow. I don't think either of your shifts are over. She looks at me first. Also, I meant for the lullaby to inspire you, not scare you, princess. For a few moments, she looks concerned, which startles me. The lullaby is certainly associated with a terrible memory, but the weight of that memory has dissipated over time and has my anger at Delora. It's still there, but holding on to anger does me no good. I sigh and shake my head. You have a terrible voice. There's the princess we all know and love. She crosses her arms. Anyway, you don't want me to sing you into action again, do you? Come to my room later then, princess. I'll show you proof. Proof? I'm a capable doctor. That just sounds so wrong. Come to my room later, princess. I'll show you proof. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Rumpel walks off, leaving me with Delora, who looks at me skeptically for a few moments. Something on your mind, princess? There were so many conversations I heard earlier, so many questions that I have. While I do not want to speak to Delora, I may have to ask her about something she might know. I overheard rumors about the palace. Did you now? We still haven't confirmed those rumors yet. Look, princess, I know it's not your nature to trust people, but trust Parfait and me, at least. We'll let you know if something is up. I am ushered back to work, where I spend the next few hours searching for more information. Unfortunately, everything I hear is just speculation. Good work today, Lucette. Has Rumpel already left? I think he went up to his room earlier. Thank you. Anise looks at me curious. What? You and Rumpel have grown a lot closer, haven't you? Well, we are partners. But in the beginning, you didn't even want him as a partner. And now the two of you are friends? Friends? If Rumpel considers me a friend, that should make me happy but for some reason it makes me feel empty inside. Why? What else could we be besides friends? My cheeks feel with warmth as I try to think beyond the idea of just being friends with Rumpel. I'm happy the two of you are getting along. Anise, I have to go. I told him that I would meet him for something tonight. Oh, okay. Sorry for holding you up. Anise scrambles off, leaving me beside myself. I stand there for a few moments in an attempt to still my thoughts, and then I begin to make my way towards Rumpel's room. Rumpel? The door swings open and there stands Rumpel. With a dramatic bow, he ushers me inside, before closing the door behind him. I wasn't entirely certain you'd show up, Princess. Normally, when you go places with me, it's out of necessity. I only came to see this proof you insisted upon earlier. Proof that you are more than just what you seem. He places a hand on my back and guides me over to the chair. He requests that I sit and I do. Here it is, my proof. You try to read it while you were sick too. Oh, the book! The journal, I mean. Your journal? I have seen him write in this before, but I thought it was just his memories, not for doctor things. He barely even works on patients now. Rumpel persistently strokes my curiosity as I find myself flipping through the pages of the book. This was the journal you had when the Martian found you on the streets? You said it was empty then. It was. I've been feeling things from memory ever since I remember my job. The book is filled with diagrams of the body, both inside and out. I have no idea what most of the words mean. What are all these smaller words here? Oh, parts of the pancreas. Not very fun to talk about. There's the papilla and the pancreatic duct. Why is it necessary to use such big words for such simple things? For clarification, sometimes when you diagnose a problem, it isn't simple as telling a person that their heart is weak. I continue flipping through it, with Rumpel sometimes explaining things on the page, though I do not ask for descriptions. Scattered throughout the journal are journal entries about his life. When I get to the last entry, I spot my name and begin to read, but before I can get to the next word after my name, Rumpel has taken the journal away from my hands. Ah, sorry, my sweet, but a man's words are sometimes all he has. Insult them. You break him from inside out. It's because he's probably like writing, Dear Diary, I love Lucette. That's probably what he's writing. He thinks I'm going to insult his writing. But what did you think? Aren't you impressed with my sophistication? My breadth of knowledge? My intricacy? You drew some pictures and wrote fancy words by them. Princess? Cannot help but laugh a little that escapes my lips. Immediately after hearing it, I feel myself flush as Rumpel grins at me triumphantly. Your laughs are sweeter than honey, Princess. And because your voice is back, and you're no longer sick, I can hear it with all its fullness. He takes a step closer to me and reaches out to touch my cheek. I flinch in surprise but do not draw away. The rapid beating in my heart is not altogether uncomfortable, even if it does confuse me. He pulls his hand away from my cheek, then flicks my forehead. What was that for? I wanted to see the way your eyes glimmer. You look oddly vacant there for a few moments. I open my mouth to speak again, but Rumpel surprises me by setting his fingers on my lips. He inches closer to me, so close that I can feel his breath on my cheek. But even when you do not speak, your eyes speak for you. You have beautiful eyes, you know. Oh my god, this is what fucking Carmen said to her in his route. Oh god. Look away? There he goes again with his compliments. I should be used to them by now, but lately whenever he compliments me, I cannot stop myself from feeling flattered. When I look into his eyes, I can almost see my reflection in them. Without realizing, I look away from him, feeling my breath stop short before I can breathe out. Are you sick, Princess? You look a little flustered. Princess? He removes his finger. He does not, however, step back. I am still aware of his lips so close to mine and his eyes, which are still looking right at me. This feels different than your usual resistance. Could it be that you're embarrassed? He clears his throat and then starts speaking again. Of course she is! Aren't you a doctor? In any case, it's so nice to have you back, Princess. I missed you while you were sleeping the day in and out. He missed me, but he has friends all over the Martian. Yes, but none of them are you. You're special. My heart plunges like a rock. I can feel it everywhere in my body, reverberating from the place that doesn't feel like my chest. He lowers his face so that the two of us are seeing eye to eye. I forget to breathe, and his hand goes on my shoulders. Princess? Yes? I inhale sharply as I get to look at Rumpel's face. Up until now, I have not stopped to look closely at his features, but now I cannot stop my eyes from taking them in. Whenever you are sick again, I'll be there to help you, because I am a doctor, even if you might not believe it. And you'll ever really need is a little vitamin me. Rumpel, what the fuck? That's the best part of this game. I love it. In one precious moment, every single bit of energy that I had between us vanished. I stare blankly at Rumpel as he smiles at me. No? I thought that one was actually good too. Rumpel pulls his hand away, defeated. I suddenly feel strangely upset. What was I expecting from him? What else could he have said? Suddenly, I'm eager to look away from him. I look anywhere but him, and eventually my eyes fall into a piece of paper. I recognize the name printed on the top, along with Rumpel's signature in the response line next to it. Rumpel moves to stand in front of the desk once more. Ah, that's... You were still writing to Bria? I sent her a letter asking for my old journals. I'm not convinced that's where my last of my memories are, but... She refused to give them to me. I glanced at Bria's letter, my eyes scouting at the words. I make a mental note of the address in the envelope. Ooh, we're gonna go after her, right? But don't worry, princess, I'll figure it out. But for now, he reaches for me, and I duck out of the way from his hand. I have to do this now, while the address is still fresh in my head. I just remember there's something I need to do. But princess, I will see you tomorrow. I pause at the doorway and glance at Rumpel. See you tomorrow, princess. Sweet dreams. Good night, Rumpel. Oh my god, that fucking joke killed me. That was good. That was good. That was so good. Done. I sealed the envelope over the letter that I've been writing since I woke up, and now I have it delivered. After I have the letter sent off with the messenger, I return to work for the day. It starts with Mr. Broom and then with the serving. I look for Rumpel, knowing that it is now his time off, and I'm surprised when I see him not sitting with the women, but with Karma. The two of them are laughing together? I guess that advice isn't too terrible. I give the best advice, darling. I'm a man of the heart. Perhaps not as much as I am, but I can give you credit when it's due. What are you two talking about? Princess! Well, hello there, princess. Karma's mischievous smile confuses me. Even Rumpel looks surprisingly shaken. You do not answer my question. We're talking about matters related to the heart. Of course you are. I took it upon myself to impart valuable advice to Rumpel. You were giving Rumpel advice, even though you two are always at each other's throats? Huh, even the bitterest of enemies can become beloved friends. All it takes is a shared interest. I have no idea what you're talking about. Before I can say anything else, I am swept up by Delora, who calls me back to work. Ooh, he's probably asking Karma for advice about Lucette. That's probably what he's doing. The days go on, and as soon as it's almost my break, I go to the front to see if the messenger has returned yet. Oh, princess, there's a letter here for you. Didn't expect a response. I opened it up and stared into the letter for a long time. Writing love letters to a secret lover, princess? Raoul appears behind me, his smile usually small. He looks almost hesitant to be standing there. It's not important. I stuff the letter into my pocket and continue working. For the rest of the day, I ignore Rumpel. I do not want him asking about the letter, just in case things do not go according to plan. He is obviously disheartened by my ignoring him, and his sadness only persists making me feel guilty. This is not something he can know about, otherwise he will try to stop me. Almost everyone has gone to their rooms, including a very saddened Rumpel. The only people remaining are Anise and myself. Earlier, Waltz came in to insist that he speak to Delora and Parfait, and so the three of them are all off talking in the other room. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I soon find myself snooping closer to the door. I edge it open quietly with my foot so that I can see what's happening inside. I didn't think he was still alive. This is very troubling. He must have used a glamour. But the fact that I didn't realize it was him, is that the princess I spot peeping through the door? I try to hide, but all the eyes in the room catch me before I can do so. Do you eavesdrop on people often, Lucette? I have no real reason to eavesdrop on them besides my own curiosity. It's no harm done, Delora. Lucette, are you almost done with your chores? Ever since that conversation with Parfait and Delora, I have noticed that the words Parfait and I speak to each other are strained. Delora, however, is unchanged. I don't think she doesn't care. I expect sarcasm from her now, but she does not deliver. She simply stands there and looks at me somberly. I am. And what are you all talking about? Hiding more things from me? We're talking about the rumors that have been going around about the palace. What have you heard? I have the right to know what is happening at the palace. We would tell you if we knew for certain, princess. Walt sighs and runs a hand through his hair. I know the timing doesn't seem right, but I really should show myself out. I have a show early morning tomorrow. He glances around at all of us. I'm going to excuse myself for the night. Good night, everyone. He passes by me. He smiles. And you too, princess. Once again, everyone is being secretive. Why the sour-faced princess? Are you worried about what's happened to the people at the palace you cared nothing for? Delora? Okay, that was uncalled for. Yeah, that was kind of bitchy. But really though, there's something that I've been meaning to tell you. Since you're here now, I may as well say it. I knew you for a year before I cursed you. I saw what your mother has done to you, and I knew I need to undo the damage before your birthday. Why is she talking about this now? I called you cruel and wicked, when really I knew that the way you were was caused by the way of your mother brought you up. And when we talked about Hildur the other day, I was unfair in what I said to you. We all have to face reality, but... Delora pauses, looking surprisingly solemn. She sighs, then continues. I always knew you had some good in you. I saw it in you when you spoke to your dolls. You have a good heart. Many people enjoy flattery, Princess. A lot of people are receptive to flirting, but nothing can measure up to a genuine compliment. Delora just complimented me? Oh, let's thank her. Is that the right answer? Out of all people, I did not expect Delora to compliment me. Not when she makes a point of always telling me the blunt truth. Thank you. There's no shock on Parfait and Delora's faces when they smile at me. I'm beginning to think you and Delora are alike. You're both stubborn and have good in you, but you hide it behind sarcasm. Hey, Lucette and I are nothing alike. I feel lighter somehow. I do not know if I have forgiven Delora just yet, but her cursing me has led me to see many things I would not see before. I owe her nothing, but I'm still happy, even if the truth hurts. Oh, what's this? My lovely princess is here with you too? Ah, Rumpel, you're early tonight. Surprised to see me, beautiful. Rumpel's early anxiety is gone. He looks at me with an unbridled enthusiasm. I hear the princess thank you from a distance. The words are always most beautiful when they're leaving her mouth. So, were you also eavesdropping? You two are very alike. Not at all. Rumpel leans towards me and smiles. My dream is to one day hear those words from you too, because you say them as gentle as the wind. Oh my god. If you're here to talk to Parfait about medicine, then I'm out. Lucette, you should leave too. Well then, sleep well, beautiful maidens. What the fuck? Okay guys, I'm gonna end the episode right here, so I hope you all enjoyed Cinderella phenomenon so far. That joke with Rumpel killed me. I love that. It was so stupid. But it's nice now that we're kind of exploring the part where Lucette has feelings for Rumpel, and seeing how Rumpel and Karma are getting along, that's pretty cool too. I like that's an option, or not really an option. That's a part of the story that's happening because they've always been fighting. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Cinderella Phenomenon, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the companions. And if you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Get early access to videos for Patreon only, the Discord server to come talk to me, and a bunch of other cool stuff. Or you can check out my store. That's another way you can help the channel. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
I love her.
Whoa, whoa, he just straight up said it. Whoa, Sarah, I love Sarah. Can I just say that? He doesn't give a fuck. Oh my god. He then pounded his fist into the floor. Ow! Drossie's flaming sword, damn it! He held his right hand, soothing himself till he heard a knock on his door. Alistair? Alistair, are you alright? You gotta